What's up guys, my name is Technob here for Troubleshoots, and today I have reinstalled Windows onto a completely new PC and found out that Windows decided to install some Nvidia DCH driver, and in fact it didn't let me install the actual normal standard Nvidia driver until I uninstalled this DCH driver. When I run the Nvidia installer, this window popped up saying your system requires a DCH driver package, for which I've never heard of. Going to the Nvidia website, I found out that there are in fact two different versions, a standard and a DCH driver. Clicking the question mark basically says DCH is for hardware support apps, which are basically terms for the Microsoft Universal Driver, which are for the Windows Store apps to make those apparently better. Now, as far as I know, it installs a separate Nvidia control panel through the Windows Store that is a hell of a lot more limited than the normal Nvidia control panel. Now, me being a power user absolutely despise this because I need to change most, if not all, of the settings. In fact, all of the ones that I can. So to go about uninstalling the DCH Nvidia driver, you have to make sure that when Windows starts up, it doesn't download this Nvidia DCH driver automatically through Windows Update, which it will try to do as soon as it gets access to the internet. So first of all, what you need to do is head across to the Nvidia website and download yourself the standard Nvidia driver. After punching in your details and hitting search, you can just download the game ready driver or whatever other version you want, and make sure you have it saved somewhere like your desktop for easy access later. Next, head across to Google and search for download DDU, or click the second link in the description down below and download display driver uninstaller. At the very bottom here, pick one of these mirrors. Doesn't really matter, just pick one of them. Once it's downloaded, add it to your desktop as well. When you double click on it, it should open in the File Explorer, and you can just drag and drop out the DDU v18 etc.exe file. When you run this, it'll ask you where you want to extract it to. I'll extract it to the desktop. Then you'll have another folder, and inside of this folder here, you have the display driver uninstaller.exe. So before we go ahead and uninstall the graphics driver and reinstall the next one, you'll need to make sure that you have your internet completely switched off if you're on Wi-Fi, or unplug your Ethernet cable if you're on LAN. Next up is something a little bit more confusing for most users, but there are other ways around this. Press start and type in CMD. Right-click on command prompt and click run as administrator. Hit yes when prompted. And now you can either copy this from the description down below or type it in. BCD edit, space /set, space squiggly bracket default, close squiggly bracket, space safe boot, space minimal. Hit enter, and you'll see operation completed successfully. You can close out of this, hit start, power button, restart. Once you restart into safe mode, you'll have to go into the DDU folder and run display driver uninstaller. Next up, hit OK, and then in this screen here, I like to take a remove C Nvidia drivers folder, even though it's not recommended. Basically what this does is it removes the installers on the hard disk. As far as I know, C/Nvidia are where the installers are kept and not actually the drivers. I may be incorrect, but this is what I did and it worked. If you're not comfortable with doing something it's not recommended, then you can just leave that unticked. Click close, and then here where it says select device type, click on it and go to GPU. Select a device, select Nvidia, and then go ahead and click the clean and restart button. Once it's uninstalled and restarted, you'll be back in the safe mode Windows, just like this. Simply open up the Nvidia installer that we downloaded, run it, and install the Nvidia drivers like you normally would. Now, of course, Windows Update doesn't have the time to go in and download a Windows Update, because the internet is completely disconnected from your computer at this point, both software and hopefully hardware as well. Next up, once it's done uninstalling, if you restart your PC, you'll find out that you're still stuck in safe mode. The simple way out of this is start R, typing in CMD, and then type in BCD edit, space / delete value, space open squiggly brackets, default, close squiggly brackets, space safe boot. Hit enter. Then close the CMD window, hit start, power, and restart your PC as usual. So now that we've uninstalled the bundled Nvidia DCH driver and replaced it with the far better, in my opinion, normal standard Nvidia driver, using safe mode, you should now be able to use all of the normal Nvidia features as well as the Nvidia control panel. Now I'm running this on the virtual machines that I could record it, so I can't show you that right now. However, you will see that the Nvidia control panel is no longer installed as a Windows 10 app, and if you right click on the desktop and click on Nvidia control panel, you should be presented with the normal familiar Nvidia control panel with all of these settings and everything else unlocked. As for performance, I have no idea whether DCH or the normal Nvidia driver is better. I haven't done tests, but from what I've read, it's rather limited in its current state, and it's, I think, a bad choice for Microsoft to push it onto users, especially those who don't understand what it is at this point. So anyways, thank you guys for watching. My name's been Technoba here for Troubleshoot, and I'll see you guys next time. Ciao.